Good afternoon. My name is Derryl Vincent Toga. I'm from International Relations Global Class B27. This is my final exam on the presentation of the War on Terror and the 9/11 attacks according to post-structuralism. I'll start with a brief introduction of the events in this presentation. First of all is the 9/11 attacks, which was a series of terrorist attacks that occurred in America on September 11, 2001. This tragedy was caused when radical Muslims hijacked several American commercial aircraft in an attempt to damage major American structures or landmarks. This tragedy infamously destroyed the World Trade Center, resulting in numerous losses of American lives. Due to the nature of the attack being unconventional at the time, the losses involved were mostly civilian casualties. The tragedy then resulted in the mobilization of American forces, aided by its allies, towards the Middle East, with major military efforts funneled into countries such as Afghanistan and Iraq. This mobilization, dubbed the Global War on Terror, is an ongoing conflict that, at the time of its launch, was meant to bring justice to the American lives lost in the 9/11 attacks. In particular, to Al-Qaeda, the terrorist groups responsible for the attacks. Before we continue, let me explain post-structuralism. Post-structuralism is a concept in international relations that seeks to understand human interaction with their immediate environment. It is an evolution of structuralism, which believes that human cognition is made up of basic components built by experience, resulting in a static understanding of the world around them. Post-structuralism seeks to challenge this by stating that human cognition and how they view the world is more dynamic and more dependent on the institutions that govern the many aspects of their life, such as education levels, economy, social circle, and even language. The key concept in post-structuralism is the different reactions of different groups of people in response to the same event. This difference in reactions is due to the existence of other worldviews and values built by different feuding states. This can be seen in the different message echoed by then President Bush and Osama bin Laden. Bin Laden famously wanted the 9/11 attacks to serve as a reminder to the world that even a global superpower like America is not untouchable. But on the American side, Bush wanted the world to never forget the tragedy that resulted in the loss of many civilian lives. Bush used this sentiment not only to rally other nations to America's side, but also to gather support of Americans and allies alike to launch a massive military operation, which resulted in America's dominant authority in global security issues. Both of these events were felt worldwide as the global war on terror caused a significant rise in Islamophobia, particularly in America and some of its allies. Moreover, it also resulted in many displaced people in the Middle East who were affected by both the US military operations and the retaliating Middle Eastern countries. These people are said to have experienced less than suitable treatments, such as suspicion or a patronizing attitude from American soldiers who believe that they are there to save the civilians from an un-American threat. This sentiment is still apparent today with the more recent ban on migrants traveling to the USA from Muslim-majority countries. All things considered, there are a few limitations and critiques on post-structuralism. The first is the limited practical applications that is available in IR, followed by an unclear contribution to international relations studies and the difficulty to draw a proper conclusion in response to an event. This is likely to the over subjectiveness in this theory and its implementations, and because it tends to revise events and seemingly disregarding morality. These are the references I used for this project. Thank you for listening.